Hello, my dear friend. Welcome back to the Heal and Grow podcast. I'm Xavier, and I'm genuinely happy that you're here with me today. In this episode, we're going to slow down together and explore a gentle truth that many of us forget when life feels overwhelming. My intention is simple: to remind you of the strength you already carry and to help you step boldly toward the version of yourself you know you're meant to become. Before we begin, I want to invite you to pause for a moment. Take a slow, gentle breath in and let it go softly. Feel your shoulders relax. Feel your heart settle. Just allow yourself to arrive fully in this space. Today, we're going to face something that sits deep inside almost every one of us, even if we pretend it's not there: our fear. The interesting thing is that fear is not always here to weaken us. It often appears as a doorway, a quiet doorway standing between you and the things you deeply long for. A new job, a dream you've held for years, a stronger version of yourself, or simply a more peaceful life. There's a quote I love: "Everything you want is on the other side of fear." And perhaps the most painful part is not the fear itself. It is the fact that we already know where we want to go, yet our feet stay still. If there is something inside you that feels hesitant or held back today, then this episode is for you. You are not alone. I am here with you. And together, we will gently walk toward that other side. There is something we often forget. Fear shows up when we are getting close to something important. It does not appear when we are doing meaningless things. It appears when we are standing in front of something that could truly transform our lives. And the more we want that thing, the more scared we become. You fear failure because you genuinely want to succeed. You fear being hurt because you deeply long to be loved. You fear change because deep down, you know you need a different life, one that honors who you really are. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are standing right at the edge of your own growth. There is a quote that says, "Fear is a compass. If something scares you, it is usually pointing you toward growth." I believe this completely. The things that terrified me the most have always been the things that helped me grow the most. We are not afraid of reality. We are afraid of our thoughts about reality. Our mind whispers questions that sound protective and logical. What if I fail? What if I am not good enough? What if they reject me? What if I try my best and it still does not work? But when we look back, most of the things we worried about never actually happened. They lived only in our thoughts, never in real life. Yet those imagined fears are powerful enough to hold us still, keep us away from what we truly want, and prevent us from becoming who we could be. Imagine you are standing in front of a very special door, a door that leads to the life you want. It is not far. It is not locked. It is simply standing there, quietly waiting for you. For years, you have looked at that door from a distance. You imagine what might be behind it. You hope. You worry. You step forward and then step back. You think about it at night and dream about it in the morning, yet your hands never reach out to open it. I understand that feeling, because I have stood in front of my own door for a very long time. Many people assume that because I speak gently, I must always be confident and grounded. But that is not true. There were seasons in my life when even the thought of sending an important email made my heart race. There were times when I wrote something personal and left it in my drafts for 2 weeks because I could not bring myself to press publish. There were nights when I told myself, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I will be less scared tomorrow. But when tomorrow arrived, the fear was still there. Sometimes it was even louder. The more I avoided it, the smaller I felt. And the smaller I felt, the further I drifted from the life I wanted. I think you know that feeling. Wanting to move forward but feeling frozen. Feeling excited and terrified at the same time. Wanting to change while your mind warns you not to take the risk. It is like standing in front of a door you have looked at for an entire year. But every time you reach out your hand, something inside you whispers, "Not yet. You are not ready." Many people wait for the day they stop being scared before they begin. But that day does not arrive on its own. Not because you are weak, not because you lack willpower, but because your mind has only one job: to keep you safe. And to the mind, familiar things always feel safer than new ones, even if the new thing is exactly what your heart needs. You might be trying to do something meaningful for your life, yet the moment it is something you have never done before, your mind triggers the alarm. It whispers, "Wait a little longer," or "You are not ready," or "Do it perfectly," or "Do not do it at all." These thoughts sound soft and reasonable, but they are simply fear dressed as caution. Your mind cannot tell the difference between a dream and a danger. It only sees that you are about to step out of your comfort zone and tries to pull you back. But here is the truth. The things you want most are often the things that scare you the most. That is why you do not need to eliminate fear to begin. Fear shrinks only after you take action, not before. You only need one small step. Send the first email. Record the first draft of your podcast. Make the call. Tell someone a truth you have carried for years. One small action is enough for your mind to understand that nothing terrible happened. And once it realizes that, fear begins to soften. It steps aside just a little, and you are able to move forward. There is no perfect moment. There is only the moment when you say to yourself, "I will go anyway, even if I am scared." And the moment you say that, you step into a new version of yourself. A braver, freer, more honest version. If you are holding a fear inside you today, if there is something you want but hesitate to reach for, if you have been standing in front of a door for far too long, I want to tell you this. You do not need a big leap. You do not need sudden courage. You only need a single small step. A gentle action your mind can handle and your heart can celebrate. Tomorrow, take another step. The next day, another one. And one day, you will look back and realize you have already walked through the door. If you are scared, remember that you are not alone. We all have things that make us pause, but we also have far more strength than we realize, and you do too. You always have. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. When you turn off this podcast, ask yourself one simple question. What is the smallest step I can take today? Then let your feet answer gently. I will see you in the next episode. And remember, the Heal and Grow podcast is always here as a quiet, steady place for your heart to rest at the end of the day. Whenever life feels heavy or you simply need a gentle voice beside you, you can come back here anytime